The Dreamcast is remembered for many moments in the industry. Sega's last console, internet connection right out of the box, the famous date it was released, and its amazing titles released at launch. If you go back and look at the games released at launch, Dreamcast owners were treated to amazing titles like Soul Calibur, Sonic Adventure, Ready to Rumble, Blitz 2000, Power Stone, and so many more. So it's perfectly understandable for good games like TrickStlye to get lost in the shuffle. TrickStlye is a hoverboard / racing game which takes place in the future of 2099. Sounds awesome already. You are contested between 3 countries, Japan, United Kingdom, and America. Each country holds 5 races and a boss challenge. The boss battle consists of you facing off with this tough guy who is also your guide throughout the game. There are 9 players to choose from, each reciting from their respected countries. You are able to tell them apart by the way they sound and talk.
Have a tinny! Have a tinny! The Red Army rolls again!
Once you select your character, you are thrown into the velodrome. This environment stands as the practice area and your gateway to the races. One of the fun features about the velodrome is performing exciting tricks. Doing a stunt in the racing mode is fun, but serves no purpose. Your score is tallied up, but doesn't do anything for you. It's even more peculiar that if you want to have fun doing tricks, you must unlock them in the challenge mode. This usually puts you in an obstacle course or a stadium where you collect glowing orbs. Most are easy, but some can be challenging. The highlight of the game is the racing. When you first witness the course you race on, you are seeing a nice representation of the cities in the future. Each racing track is nicely detailed and gives you a massive feeling to the race. There is so much surrounding the racers that it's a shame that you move at a fast pace because you are easily able to miss out. The only problem I have with the presentation is how there is a limited amount of color. Each stage gives you a dark vibe and takes away the brightness of the future. It probably has to do with the fact so it wouldn't feel too much like F-Zero, but TrickStlye does lose a lot of flavor without those bright, eccentric colors, but it's still astonishing to view. The graphics may feel a little dark, but the soundtrack is a different story. Most people would say the music on each course comes across bland and boring, but I say it sounds uplifting and inspiring. It has a nice techno beat and does feel like futuristic music. The racing tracks will undoubtedly get tougher. That is when you will need a more advanced hoverboard. You are only allowed 1 to use at the start. You unlock them by beating a boss battle. Once you get the best hoverboard, you won't be defeated. The controls feel very stiff. Everyone moves with sort of a slow rhythm. It takes some time to maneuver tight turns and time jumps just right, but with time, you get the hang of it. One way to claim victory in a race is finding shortcuts. Gliding on these green rails will help you get ahead, but you gotta time it just right to attach yourself to these rails. You can also jump to different areas instead of following the main course. TrickStlye is already an unrealistic world. Technology is way out there, and the landscapes are filled with a big dramatic effect. So when you fall from a not too high distance, you should land with no problem. Not fall on your hoverboard. Everything about the game is a fantasy, so not landing correctly should defy all the laws of this world. This kind of problem prevents you from coming in first. Most racing games let you proceed to the next race if you land in 3rd or 2nd. But not TrickStlye. You must take first place to move on to the next course. That's not too much of a hassle, but when you land bad, it can get a little frustrating. Well, that's TrickStlye for you. A good game that got lost in a pile of excellent games at the Dreamcast's launch. Is it worth the play? Well, for me it was. I had a lot of fun playing it. So what have we learned from TrickStlye? That you can never go wrong with hoverboards.